when you are looking back, what do you think about Kamalini?
Well, she was a wonderful wife, first of all. She's really very kind and loving wife, and it's a real loss to me. I can't easily come out of this loss. I'm still recovering from the great loss in my life.
Okay, can I ask, if you don't mind, I'll ask some personal question. Why didn't you join with LTT?
Well, I'm not separatist at all. I still believe we can live together in this land. This is the country for all of us, and that is the only solution we can have. Dividing the beautiful island into pieces in corners won't give any solution to our problems.
Yeah, okay. Now, how did you meet Kamalini?
Actually, it was arranged through our friends, and before meeting her, I was talking with her over the phone for about 6 months, once a week, because she was allowed to talk only once a week from the rehabilitation camp.
So at that time
she was in the Vaunia rehabilitation camp, and we were talking on the phone for more than 6 months, and I clearly told her, I'm not a supporter of your politics. I'm a different person, but this problem won't make any trouble in our family life. I promised her.
Now, then you meet her after 6 months of your first introduction.
Exactly. Yeah.
You have gone to the rehabilitation camp.
No, when I came down from UK, she was released from the rehabilitation, and I met her outside the rehabilitation camp, and and then we talked and decided to get married.
Okay, then this is the book. This is the book, the single translation
yes.
of the book, and this is the Tamil one.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Right. Okay, now, other than these facts, she discussed anything personal or any?
So after the defeat of the LTTE, she realized armed struggle is not going to help anymore. So she had a change of mind, and she started thinking of other ways of living in this land, other ways of becoming equally people with equal rights and everything, not as secondary citizens. She started thinking how to coexist with the other communities in this land. So she was following the politics of Muslim leaders, and she had an idea of how to get all facilities to Tamil-speaking people in the north and east, as the Muslim people get help from the government.
Now, when you decide to marry Kamalini, what is the reaction coming from your relations and your friends and others?
Of course, everybody said, "Why you are going into trouble?" That was the response. Even a single person encouraged me, "Oh, this is right thing. You help a ex-cadre and you can rehabilitate her," and not a single person encouraged me.
Did you meet any of the LTT convicts after your marriage?
Yeah, after coming down, I met a few women cadres and convicts as well. They also released after their sentence. I met them, but they didn't want to speak about the past. They were looking forward, and that's a good sign of trends, and they wanted to look forward and organize their life and everything. They didn't want to look back and go back to struggle or something like that.
What is your reaction when you came to know that Tamilini is suffering from this deadly disease?
Yeah, that's actually a shock to both of us. And Tamilini said, when I wanted to die, I didn't have even a single patch in my body. But when I want to live, this deadly disease attacked me, and it was a real shock to both of us. But I encourage her, you will come out of that, it will be cured, not to worry. And she trusted Dr. Mahendra Pereira's words, and he was very helpful as well, and he encouraged her, and I also encouraged her, you will come out of this, you won't be falling. And only 2 days before her death, I found out her eyes lost all the lights, and only 2 days before I was afraid, I was scared of her.
Tamilini, what was she said about Sinhala people after she came to know that she is suffering from this disease?
Even after her release from the rehabilitation, she told me so many stories, like in Velikada prison, Sinhala women folks, they came and all very kind, and they don't know who she was, and they were very kind and helping. And only one day on the television inside the prison, they showed her face, and she is going to be transferred to the rehabilitation camp. They came, only at that time they came running and started crying like, you are not terrorists, you are our Siva. They started crying and all those. She repeated that story again and again to me, and only her prison term gave her the real meaning of life, and why we are fighting each other, killing each other. She was completely out of that.
Do you have any future plans remembering Tamilini and her struggle to live?
Actually, she was very kind to children. She even Sinhalese children, Tamil children, she was very kind to them. And there are a number of children who lost their parents in the final war in the north. Some of them lost at least one parent, some of them lost both parents, and they are living with parents, friends or relatives. So I am working with them and find them some resources for their education and livelihood. So it's a small scale, but still I want to work with them in remembering Tamilini.
All the not only Tamil kids, Sinhalese, Muslims.
Yeah, I would like to expand the work, but resources are very, very short, and I still getting help from my friends abroad, and it's not really big one. So I will ask even the government to help those people. I will draw up some plans and ask the government to help the orphans and children without parents. Yeah.
Even the money you are collecting, selling these books, all the profit going to Cancer Patient Board.
Yeah, while she was waiting in Marama Cancer Institute, she watched even young children aged 2, 3 suffering from cancer and getting treatment. So she said, I can't bear the pain. How come these kids, these very young children can bear the pain of cancer? So she asked me to donate the money to the children's vote.
Thank you very much.